25 years of online search. Google is celebrating a big anniversary for its search engine. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Google is technology expert Sarah Armstrong. Great to see you again, Sarah.
Thanks for having me, Fred.
Well, let's start with a bit of an overview and how Google search came about.
Right. It's kind of hard to believe that it's been 25 years since Google started. I can't really remember a world without Google, but it started back in 1998. That's when Google first became an official company. But Larry and Sergey are founders. They were at Stanford back in the 90s. They met in 1995, and they came up with this idea to help rank and index web pages online. And now it's grown into Google, which is pretty remarkable.
And Google is many things now, and a lot of has changed over the 25 years. Let's talk about those early days and the kinds of things that really dominated the online search.
Right. So we went ahead and looked at some of these common phrases that we're so used to all the time. When did they first spike on Google search? Because it's kind of interesting to see a history of our culture via what we're searching online. You know, I thought of you with the word podcast. When did we start talking about podcasts? It actually first spiked on search in 2004. There's this article that The Guardian put out saying, oh, there's this spike in kind of amateur radio. We don't know what to call it. And then podcast is what we all started saying.
That's pretty funny. And you were taking some note of some other firsts too, the first time some other things were searched for. And I guess as things got rolling, everything was a first at one time or another.
Totally. You know, YouTuber, that first spiked in 2006. So YouTube, which is also part of Google, that was founded in 2005. And Time Magazine the next year made you the person of the year. We also see words like hashtag that first spiked in 2009 because of Twitter. Dating apps first spiked in 2010. That's because eHarmony launched in 2010. So you can really see sort of the progression of internet culture as you look at some of these search trends.
And today, what dominates? We talk about that every month now. What's dominating search, and it's kind of different every month, and it kind of mirrors society, I suppose.
Totally. I mean, I can tell you this month that Taylor Swift absolutely dominates the search trends in part because of that fun Easter egg we did to release some of her new songs. But yeah, it's also fun to look back at some of the functionality of Google search. So of course it started with just those blue links we're familiar with. In 2001, Google Images was created, and that's because at the 2000s Grammy, J-Lo wore this really iconic green dress and everyone rushed to Google to try and see a picture of it. It was the most popular search at the time, but Google Images wasn't created yet. They couldn't see photos. And so we actually created Google Images for that use case to help people see that green dress.
And today, there's also translation, AI, voice search. Those things have been around a while. And you mentioned images. Google Lens has taken that to another level, right?
Right. It's really amazing what we can do now. So you mentioned Google Translate. That was started in 2006. Now we translate over 100 languages on Translate. Lens, that's one of my favorite tools that we have. So you can access that right in the Google app if you click on that camera icon, and it can do amazing things. So on the Translate side, say you're traveling, you hold it up to a menu or a street sign, it'll translate those words right in the app for you. Maybe you see someone with a cool shirt or an interesting pattern and you want something similar, you can go ahead and snap a picture and we'll search the web via that image and help you find it.
And over the last year or so, maybe even less, I mean, AI seems to have started to upend everything. And so the changes are going to be really rapid, I suppose.
Right. We're already integrating AI into Google search and so many of our tools. It's generative AI. So if you go to Search Labs and try out our search generative experience, you can try out some of those AI tools directly in the search bar. I find it really helpful if I just want to pull together some key information on something right at the top. Bard is another great tool. That's our other generative AI tool. I've used it so far with trying to plan trips. So I can say, oh, I want to take a road trip and I want to hit all these spots. I want it to be this many days and only cost this much money. And it's a really good thought starter to help you plan some of that. And now we've actually launched an integration with Gmail and Docs, some of the tools that you're used to, so it can be even more helpful to you.
And there's a whole lot more to come, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Terrific. Is there a place people can go to get more information and have some fun with the anniversary?
Yeah, I would go to about.google. You can look at our search through time site where you can see the history of the company, and then blog.google. We have some fun blogs coming out that'll let you dive even deeper.
Terrific. Sarah Armstrong, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you so much.